this morning. We're on a third period tar ballot. We've got our tents and stuff all set up down the bottom. We're just going for our first wee poke round of the trip, so straight up the hill behind camp. And I think the plan of this trip is to try and track down a mature bull, probably something sort of 12 and a half plus, and maybe a decent skin if we can find one. So get into the work. Just got up to some awesome country that we want to glass, and it's clagged in almost straight away. That's the coast for you, isn't it, fellas?
Pea soup. Old Clegathers come out to play. Give it half an hour and we'll be into them.
Right, we're just making our way up round this face. We're starting to bump into a few animals now. Joshy's picked up not a bad looking bull up here. It's got a pretty reasonable cape on it. Pete's just setting the camera up.
We wouldn't read about it, but he's got no horns.
What?
He's got no horns. Big old mature bugger.
No horns?
I'll get some video.
That'd be our luck. We're just going to put a wee brew on now, and we think we're in a pretty decent spot for last night, so we'll park up here for a bit and see what happens. But starting to bump into some animals.
What one's he? The one above? Looking.
We've just sat down for a coffee, and Pete spotted another bull up on this face here, and he looks to be a pretty good bull. He's running. There's a few nannies in there, and
he's doing the lip curls. Looks pretty horned up. Just not an animal we're interested in. Maybe 11 inches, maybe pushing 12, but great to see. There's actually 3 or 4 bulls up here.
We're in the thick of it.
First afternoon in the Landsborough. It's been an absolute treat. Seen about 10 bulls, a couple nannies, one up here on last night that we would have liked to get a better look at, but unfortunately ran out of light. But I'm going to cruise back now, put a casserole on, hop on the stretcher.
Evenly this stuff, isn't it? That's grim.
It's pissing down. It rained all night. Got streams flowing through the tents. It's nailing. It's alright. We're supposed to only have a day and then it'll come right, but she's weird. Right, so after about 32 hours of non-stop rain, she's cleared up, big yellow's come out. We're going to pack up and head up to the tops for 2 or 3 days. Apparently the area we're going hasn't been touched yet, so hoping for some big bulls, big horns, big capes, the whole lot. Excited as. It's cold as tits though.
Right, we've just spent the morning climbing up from camp. up round this face a little bit towards a pretty good basin, a bit further up the valley. We've set up our tents at this spot, which is a pretty epic wee place to camp, but we're probably only 300 metres from where we want to glass for last light, so we'll get up there and see if we can pick up some animals. We've just spotted some straight up the back here, so we'll get the camera on those too.
I think that's a pretty good bull, fellas. I just saw him front on. You can see his horns come right back in that heart shape. I don't know how we get him up there,
He's
but
definitely got some reasonable horn there. He's got big bases. Have you seen some others?
Yeah. That more rougher looking face. You just see his ass on the sky. He's coming this way, boys. So we just popped over this wee rock here, and there was a mob of maybe even six nannies and a few bulls, and they sort of mooched around here. I think they saw us, but they weren't that worried. I think we got some cool footage of them, but I think we'll hang around here for last light. There's all this real good scrub below us. We'll see what comes out. Still not a donkey. Right, we've just come up another 150, 200 metres and looked over into the top of this basin, and we've picked up not a bad looking bull on this sheer wall opposite us. It's about 700 metres from where we are, 700 yards from where we are, but he looks pretty promising through the camera, and where he is makes us think he's possibly a more mature animal, but he's out of our range from now, so unless he comes right down, we'll just have to watch him. He's right there, middle of nowhere. We're just sitting here filming that one far away. Look below us, and there's a bull about 200 yards. Get some footage of him now. Right, so it's been a magic evening. Sort of come up, seen 6 or 7 bulls, 2 that probably will get a bullet if we can get a chance. One way over on this face, and one up on the top ridge over here. Awesome to see. It's been mint. Awesome day. We're right at the top. Clouds just rolling in, but swing back down to camp now, put some dinner on and hop in the stretcher.
That's the shot. Right, it's the morning of day 4 now. We've got up before first light and had a quick brekkie. We're going to head back up where we were last night and see if any of those bulls have moved down overnight and we can catch them out before they head back up into the bluffs.
We just popped over this edge. The same one that we came to and bumped into them real close yesterday. And there's another young bull in here. He's probably only about 40 yards away. We'll sneak up a little bit further and see if we can get a bit of footage. What can you see, Pinsley?
There's probably half a dozen mature looking bulls scattered right across that face, but you'd never get any of them. It's about It's that same face from last night, about 700, 800 yards away, but bedded in the gnarliest spot, standing on just that sheer rock. And then we've got a group of nannies right down the bottom here with a young looking bull, but we think there must be an older one in the scrub somewhere, because there's too many nannies for a bull like that. Jesus H. Christ.
There he is again, the old giver. We've been spooking a few nannies, so Will's just got the camera out now. I'm just going to get a little bit of footage of them. There's 3 up there, just watching out at the moment. We don't want to spook them too hard because I think there's a bull up above them. We don't want to spook him, eh? No, definitely not.
Josh?
We've just been glassing up at this face above us, looking at bulls come out over the bluffs. Josh has turned around and spotted a young bull down here. It's probably only just over 100 yards away. It looks like it's probably only that sort of 10-inch bracket, but get the feeling things are starting to move, which is encouraging. It's now 4 o'clock, so hopefully a big boy turns up shortly. Bugger. Right, so we've spent a couple days on this face here. Seen, I don't know, maybe 20 bulls, but nothing big enough in a retrievable position to shoot. So we're just going to pack our gear up now and swing back around this face. There was a scrub bull we saw yesterday with big old bases and an awesome cape. So we're going to try and track him down, and then we'll swing back down to the main camp for dinner tonight. Been lovely up here though, gorgeous. Fuck, I really did take it in and
We've just poked over this ridge looking into where that big scrub bull was, and we've picked him up straight away. He's exactly where he was a day or 2 ago, just in the scrub there with a group of nannies, right where we left him.
exciting. It probably took Pinsley 3 seconds on the binos to pick him up. How good! $500. 7 clicks.
7 clicks, eh?
7. 500, 7 clicks, yeah. There you go. That's a good shot. He's just sat down. We got all set up on that bull, and he sat down. It's a waiting game now. We're in no rush though, we've got all day.
We're still sitting here waiting out this bull. We've probably been here, what?
3 hours?
2.5, 3 hours. He still hasn't moved. His nannies are up and milling about, but he's pretty happy just sitting there. Still playing the waiting game, unfortunately.
Yep. Drilled him. Yep. Drilled him.
Yep. Drilled him.
Keep coming, keep coming, keep coming. Yes, boys, all the way down. Yoo-hoo-hoo-hoo! Yes!
Holy heck, I'm shaking.
Yes!
As soon as Pete's like,
Yeah, and then even my breathing was like as if I was shooting, like I was getting like real nervous.
Oh, it's
like,
real good. And then
I
you
was
stood up and started walking. It was like boom, 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 boom,
I
boom.
was just like,
After 3 hours of waiting out that bull, he finally stood up. It's at 500 yards, which is pretty much the furthest out that I'd be comfortable taking a shot. Yeah, he dropped off that bluff down onto the scree, so it should be an easier retrieval. But yeah, we're all pretty stoked that finally paid off, and excited to go over and see what he measures up. And he looks like he's got an epic cape, so that's enough of a trophy anyway. But see how we go.
Yeah! He's supposed to walk now. Gets his camera out. Expect us to walk without having a break.
Right, so we just got up to him, and he's an absolute mammoth. This is probably the first West Coast bull that I've seen in the flesh, and he's massive. Just the body size is incredible, and he's got an epic cape on him. Horns wise, we haven't measured him, but he's probably, you know, he's not a massive trophy in terms of horns, but this skin's epic. We'll run a tape over him now and get a bit of a measure, but there's plenty of age rings stacked up there, and yeah, he's pretty much exactly what we came in for. So yeah, I'm absolutely wrapped. We'll get the skin off him and try and cool it down, and we'll take it to the taxidermist and yeah, get it tanned up.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11,
12 and a half.
12 and a half.
Nice. Happy days.
Not bad, bull. Looks like he's 8 years old, 7 or 8. And look at that. That's epic.
Shit, yeah.
So I've just been sitting here for half an hour glassing all this stuff, and then looked over. There's a bull about 200 yards down here. So Will and Josh are going to sneak in and try and knock him over. Good skin on him. Those nannies are going to go. Yep, slightly low.
Sounded good. Sounded good. No, it sounded alright.
Yeah. Fuck yeah. What a cape on him. Yeah, boy.
Happy with that? We come around and there was 2 bulls in here, a couple nannies. This one has a wicked cape. Obviously not that big in the horn, goes 11 inches, but yeah. Josh chiseled him. Stoked?
Yeah, wrapped. Just over 250, straight through the boiler room, so yeah, I'm pretty wrapped. It's going to look good on the carpet, so.
Drilled him here, look at that. Awesome cape. Whipping the cape off. Anyone who's done a tar knows how big of a job it is, but it'll be worth it. Awesome skin for the floor. Yeah, boy. Wicked. Look at the tips on it. Beautiful.